Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining today. Thank you. If you are new here, welcome to this platform, and in today's video I am going to be talking about how I made my first 900k, which was equivalent to 1800k 1800 US dollars. All right, so I am going to be talking about how I came about my first 900k Cfa francs. All right, because in Cameroon, we use the currency called franc CFA. All right, I don't know if it's a French money or whatsoever money. That is the currency we use in Cameroon, and it is called CFA franc. So I want to talk about how I made my first 900,000 francs CFA franc today. All right. For those who are new and didn't know me, I am the Anointing Village YouTuber. My name is Milton Fonkwa. I know a lot of people know me here, and those of you who didn't know, that is what I am called. So now, let's jump into the video. Well, for those who know me very well, I come from the northwest region of Cameroon. Alright, so that is what you need to know. And when I was growing up, I had this ambition. Well, it is very sad that I don't come from a rich family. I come from a very broke family. Yeah, I am not saying that because I want you to pity me. I am not saying that because I need a lot of consultment, but I am saying that I am doing this video actually because I want to encourage somebody out there. And because I come from a family which is not rich, which is broke somehow, as I can put it, because we are not poor. You know, poverty is a state of mindset, but we are broke, but I am still trying and struggling to fix my broke status, you understand? So my family is not that rich, as I said, but my parents struggled in such a way that I could get quality education. Yeah, I schooled actually in the northwest region in a certain government Balungwa high school. And when I was schooling, I had this ambition to go to the university. So after the high school, my high school exam, I had to move to another town, and this time in the capital of the southwest region, which is Boya. And I was opportune to get an admission to study geology in the geology department in the University of Boya, Cameroon. Now, this is where it all started. So in Boya, I was also looking for what I could do, but things never turned out that way. So I had to live with one man. He's an adult, he's a married man. For those who know me from Boya, they actually know who I am talking about. So while with him, he had a business, and this business of his was, he was into, let me say, how are they calling it? Is it... let me say he was into this animal business, that is cow selling. He used to do cows. He used to buy cows, of course, but that was not actually what he did. He used to buy cows. He had the money to do that, but sometimes he will decide that it's better for me to do the small scale portion of the business, which was meat selling. Okay, he used to sell raw meat sometimes, cow meat I mean, and sometimes he will go into, some days, let me put it that way, he will be selling the soya meat. Okay, what is commonly called soya in Cameroon. I don't know if it's called in other African countries or somewhere around the world like that, but we call it soya. Soya actually means there are various types of soya meats. Okay, well, let me say soya. In Cameroon there is one we call, we actually do it this way. The meat will be sliced into small pieces, then roasted, or is it roasted? Yeah, on this hot fire using a grillage, or what is called a grillage, the iron steel that have small openings. The meat will be placed on it in such a way that it will turn, the color will change, it will get done and the color will change. All right, that is what I mean by soya. Then it will get dry, then you can eat it. It's very nice and delicious. Then the other one is called the cooking soya. All right, you actually spice the meat. Then you, first of all, you smoke the meat, you spice it, then you boil it in a pot. When it's ready, you remove it. That is what I like eating most, because that was what I was selling, and that was what actually gave me my first 900K Cfa francs. All right. that is what I want to share with you now. So while in Boya, when I got admitted, I was living admissions. I was living with this couple. All right, so living from house to university, attending lectures. So he was into this business, so I used to go there and assist him. But I was also opportune to be there like the third in command, okay, because he was the first in charge of the business. He was the one selling to customers. So we also had another brother. I am not going to mention his name here. He's somewhere in the United States now. So he was the second in charge and I was the third in charge. So while we were working, we were opportune to also be getting like small franc CFAs, maybe like 1,200, 2,000 every day, or maybe after 3 days. But there was something fascinating this boss of ours did. He said some days we will be selling on our own, okay, which means that the second in command can get raw meat, okay, then it will be under his name, all right. When he sells and when the products are finished, or when the product is finished, he will now pay the people in charge, the butchers in charge of this raw meat. So while we were doing that, we have our own days. Not that we had just one day, but when the boss is not around, that is when we have 2 days to sell, or maybe when he returns, then we will give him the part of the money, or the portion, his portion. Let me put it that way. So when my second in command traveled, I was now like the first in command, okay, after my boss. So I would take charge of this particular day that was given to me. And when the funniest thing is that sometimes you feel so weak, because it was actually a tedious business, as I can put it. We were actually doing it in the city of Boya. I know a lot of people who used to buy meat or soya meat from me. They are actually watching my videos or my content. So we used to sell it that way. It's actually a tedious business, because you wake up from bed like 7 a.m. You go prepare the meat. When the guys bring the meat from the slaughterhouse, you take what you are taking. We used to sell parts like the hunchback. We have the chest meat. We have the towel. There is this part of the meat they call the towel. We also did sell kidneys, okay, because the cow, you remember the cow as a normal mammal, it has 2 kidneys as a human being. And so we also smoke the kidney, let it dry, the blood drops from it and the water, then it is ready. When it's brown, it's ready for consumption, and we sell it. We also do have a small intestine and large intestines, okay. So these were the parts we used to sell, and so many other parts too. Then as I was selling, I used to save, of course. When you are doing business, you have to save, because I already had big dreams within my brain. But coming from a family where I knew support from the family alone couldn't take me to where I wanted to be, I had no choice rather than to hustle. But it's good to hustle, okay, because when you are lazy, it's not always good. So that is the story I'm telling you now. So why selling each day for these days that we were given? Because when my second in command traveled, I was now the first in command. When let me say my own boss, okay, because the second in command was like my boss, since I was the third in command. So when he traveled, I was like now the first in command after my boss, okay. So I used to take charge of these days, and at the end of the day, maybe say like 7 a.m. to like 11 p.m. in the night, I will realize like maybe let me say the profit from the stuff I was selling, from the soya meat, it will give me like 15 or 20,000 CFA franc. I can't remember the figure in US dollars, but if you can convert that and you just see it for yourself. So as I was doing it, every month I will have some money to save. I'll have some money to save. Remember, I was still a university student at that time in the University of Boya. So it was really difficult sometimes to, let me say, like save some money, because I had to buy handouts. I had to buy, pay for field work, laboratory practicals. Some practicals needed money. I had to pay for taxi fare, taxi transporting me from home to university. and it was not that easy, but I decided I had to save, okay, because I had an ambition to go further. So while saving, at let me say after 2 years, because I started working with meat or selling meat at that was around 2012, okay, if I can remember. Then around 2014, that was when I actually realized that after my savings, I had like 850K Cfa Francs in my account. Yeah, so after some months, again I had to make it up to 900,000 francs CFA. But the most fascinating part was that that was not the only money I made, but this was the amount that was present in my bank account. Okay, I think that was late 2014. But though that was not the only money I realized from what I was doing after about 2012, 13, 14, about close to 3 years. Okay, because I used to take some money to do my applications. I remember Finland consumed a lot of money from me, because I applied for like 4 schools in Finland, I think 2 in Belgium, 1 in the United States, and 1 in Canada. Okay, so these applications and the documents and everything, certification and all the rest, took a lot of money too from me. So, and my feeding, my upkeep, and all the rest too. So I just want to share this information because I know it is going to help somebody. Yeah, while in the University of Boya, some of my friends knew I come from a very rich background because of the way I was in school, but that was not the case. I could even barely sleep, okay, because I will close from work sometimes at about 11:30 p.m. in the night, then go to school or attend lectures early as 6:30 some days, 7 o'clock some days, then leave school at 2 p.m. some days, 6 p.m. some days that I'm leaving early like 2 p.m. After reaching the house, I have to go assist my boss again. So it wasn't really easy for me, but I want to thank God. I actually harvested what I was planting, that is, I actually graduated. So that is how I made my first 900K. Okay, it was a long struggle for me. I understand it was a long period. Some people never had that opportunity. I had the opportunity. Some people could save more than me while selling same stuff, but I was going gradually because it wasn't easy for me. So that is it. Yeah, so if you are one person struggling, there is something I want to tell you. Plan yourself ahead. Okay, have a plan. Ask for God to help you. Work with determination, work towards a plan. It is always good sometimes when you work with a plan, okay, because if you work with a plan, you will always go in good faith. Okay, so that was how I realized this money, and it helped me a lot because I had to further my education. The family supported, and I bring in the money, and it was easy to go. So when you have a plan, it's always good. I know of some guys who have rich parents, but they are also struggling too. It is good to have rich parents, but remember, your father's or your mother's money is not your money. Okay, so always work for your own money. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for watching my 900K, how I made it. Thank you so much for sharing the videos as well. If you find it helpful, please do not forget, as usual, subscribe below and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you will get signals from me. All right, thank you. Until we meet again, bye bye. See you next week.